Chapter 29. We're getting close, Spyro called a tremor, cinder, and settled as the ground rushed by beneath them. You think they're expecting us? Spike's ex-leader peered ahead. I don't see him coming to give us a warm, hospitable welcome. No sooner had the dragonfly spoken than a hum of beating wings buzzed through the air, and a swarm of black dragons rose up from the city. The corrupted beast screeched loudly and headed straight for the approaching guardians. Sparks, when will you ever learn to keep your big mouth shut? Tremor demanded. Sparks, when will you learn to keep your... Like you want to talk? The dragonfly shot back. Tremor shut his mouth and glowered at him before turning back to the oncoming mass of dragons. This is gonna get ugly, Stella spit nervously. Stay focused, Tremor littered. We can do this. It's no worse than what we've dealt with the past couple of months. We'll take these guys down if it means saving the world. Do you remember the Malforce puppets? Sin reminded him. It's okay to hurt them, but don't kill them. Roger. San Tremor nodded. Black dragons were closing fast over the city and were nearly to the outer wall. Get ready, Spyro hollered as they came within 200 yards. Just before the guardians were about to split and break up the swarm, a thunderous roar echoed through the air. The rumbling sounds carried for miles seemed to come from all around. The dragons in the air froze and looked around in surprise. Suddenly, from out of the clouds dropped Magnitus and the elders of Citrona. The elders were followed by an enormous throng of dragons. Is that Magnitus? Sinner gasped. The lightning elder roared, catching the enemy black dragons by surprise. They screeched and fried and scattered, bumping into each other into the air, and hissing and clanging at one another to get out of each other's way. Charge! Magnitus bellowed, and his fellow dragons engaged the black dragons. Another roar came from the forest behind the guardians, who turned to see the woods come alive with dragons taking wing. The sky was instantly darkened by the hundreds of dragons that charged towards the dragon's hair forefang. It's the eastern and western cities! Tremor exclaimed as the dragons began to rush past him. Spyro! A voice called, and the purple dragon turned to see Magnitus slide down to them alongside Tyrannica. Magnitus, you came! The purple dragon gasped in excitement. Indeed, the elder nodded. It wasn't long after we requested our assistance that we gathered our forces and left our home to come protect yours. You knew about this? Stella raised a courage in brows fire, who blushed sheepishly. I figured we could use all the help we could get. Never be afraid to ask for help, right? He glanced at Cinder, who nodded, seeing that he learned the fabulous from an exile during his training. We had to get through to the main temple, Spyro continued. If you can clear us a path, we'll be able to confront Malfoy and Leon a lot sooner and not waste our energy finding these small fish. We will do our best, Magnitus and Tyrannica nodded. The lightning elder turned and roared towards the dragons of the city. They broke off from the black dragons, giving them the chance they needed to regroup. Listen, all of you. We must force our way through the city and get our guardians to the temple. Let's make way for them. Group 1, keep those black dragons busy. Group 2, you're in charge of helping drive those mangy beasts out of the city. Magnitus looked towards the city as the wolves spread out the shadow between the buildings. The dragons from eastern and western cities were landing in all parts of the city and engaging the wolves. As the guardians flew through the clouds of black dragons, the second group of Citronian dragons dove towards the ground. Among them were Sever and Plax leading the way since they were somewhat familiar with the Dragon City. Sever curled around Plax and surrounded them with earth energy. The two dragons dropped like a green meteor and struck the ground with crushing force, sending wolves and debris flying. Sever destroyed the barrier, allowing Plax to unleash a wave of fire to the courtyard. The wolves that didn't get away were instantly burnt to a crisp. The other dragons gathered around them and began unleashing their breath attacks across the courtyard. The wolves fled deeper into the city and the dragons took chase. Wait for me, a fumbling fierce called. Cinder froze and looked to see a black raptor dragon climb down towards him with Leaf and Siege close by. Max? Cinder guessed she flew up to Spyro. You're alive? But thanks to Candace, I suppose, the raptor shrugged. His sides were stitched up and had medical rinds covering his wounds. Facing me like that, I guess, put me to a state of suspended animation, so I was able to heal partly until the others caught up. He glanced at Cinder Leafwind. Cinder was about to cry when from sheer relief that her friend was arrived when an enemy black dragon dove at them. After kicking away a large white dragon, Max hissed and fired a ball of shadow fire, striking the black dragon in the chest and knocking it backward. The white dragon hollered thankfully and re-engaged the target. Come on, another voice shouted. We're going to clear you a path. Seb perked up and glanced out to see a crimson dragon with golden belly scales and pitch black horns swoop towards him. Infernus! She was extremely surprised, but still excited to see him. The red dragon still had his wounds from the battle of Citrona, but he was proving himself not to be a gimp any longer. Sella, follow me! Rose called as he shot past him, breathing a cloud of fire causing all other dragons to scatter. Out of my way, you pets! My lady wants through! Dad giggled herself as she and the other guardians followed quickly before the black dragon could group on them. Max, Singe, and Leafman brought up the rear, breathing fire and clouds of shadow fire to cover their tracks. Leafman fended out the black dragons to manage to get too close with powerful bursts of energy to send them spinning out of control. Down on the ground, Plax and Zephyr led their friends to the city streets, not being very discreet in the path of destruction to the left. A group of wolves ducked under cover around the corner of a building. Several times his paw against the ground, sending the wolves flying into the air. A young grey-blue dragon somersaulted in the air and breathed a strong gust of wind. The blast sent the wolves spinning through the air across the city, where they landed in a twisted, mangled heap of broken bones. The dragon shard landed gracefully on the ground and turned her eyes on several other wolves who turned to flee from her inside a building. The dragon took in a deep breath and roared with all her might into the building. The force of the wind blast blew out the back wall, sending wolves and stone debris flying. Shard snored and looked pretty proud of herself, this being her second real-life combat experience. Sapphire whistled to himself, impressed by what the dragon is. A shadow looked over Shard and Sapphire snumbled out of his trance. The mutant wolf sprang out the rooftop with its blade aiming to rip Shard in half. Sapphire gave a powerful kick of his legs and propelled himself forward. He tackled Shard just as the blade plunged to the ground. I've got you covered, the black dragon with red horns called and slammed inside the mutant's face. The wolf second turned his wicked eyes on the young dragon before getting his face full of flames. Sapphire looked down at Shard, whose hay he cupped in his right paws. Hey, he stammered. She was too surprised at being tackled out of the way, but she cast up at him flirtatiously. Hey yourself, big boy. Sarah's cheeks flushed. Are you alright? I am. Shard smiled, putting her front paws out to her chest, expressing the soft tea of belly scales. Thanks to you. Sarah swallowed hard. You're welcome. Just, didn't want to see you get hurt. Oh, is that it? Shard chuckled. She and Sam glanced over to see the black dragon ram the wolf in the gut and send him into the air. A moment later, the black dragon fired a concentrated beam of shadow fire, blowing his opponent in half. He turned around, convinced that his enemy was down for good, and smiled at the two dragons. If you two are done having your way with each other, I think we should get back to the battle at hand, he teased. His heart skipped a beat and his cheeks burned even more. Yeah. Thanks, Spike. He looked down at Shard, who had her paw from him, trying to keep from busting with laughter. Maybe we should keep going. Sarah saw it hard as he gazed down at her again. If you don't admire me, then yes, I think we should. Shard teased, a flirty glimmer in her eye. Sarah nearly choked on his own air as he stepped off of her. When Shard was on her feet, she glanced over Shard as Zephyr. Thanks for the save. I'll have to return the favor sometime. She flashed him a wink before trudging out down the streets towards another combat zone, leaving Zephyr paralyzed in awe of her. The forest roared and breathed another cloud of fire. The black dragon scattered again as the guardians closed in the main temple. Don't let them through! The black dragon hollered, but was instantly struck by a shadow bump from Max. The guardians landed on the large platform at the top of the stairs and ran towards the main hallway. In Furnace, Max, Leafman, and Singe turned to face a few black dragons that rushed towards them. Singe, Max, and Furnace released a strong blast of fire, burning the air and singeing the delicate wing membranes of the black dragons. Black beasts yelped and fell back, beating their burned wings in the cooling air. Go on, Leafman ordered. We'll hold them up here. You have a job to get done. Just be careful, said Hard, and Furnace turned to catch her eye. We will, he smiled. You do the same. I want to see you after all this is over. Don't worry, you'll see plenty of me when we're finished, said Finish with a seductive wink. Stella, come on, Trimmer called before ducking the shadows of the temple. Stella gave one last glance at the furnace before chasing after her comrades. The red dragon sighed sadly, but then another shriek brought to his attention. Down below, Woods was gibbling up the stairs towards them. Wow, Leafman gulped. That's a lot of wolves. Yeah, Metzger then turned to his friend. We can't fight at our best in our condition. We need more help. I'm on it. Merton Hale turned his head to the sky, unleashing a spiraling tower of fire to signal the other dragons for help. High in the sky, a black dragon with green stripes survived the signal and headbutted the black dragon he was lashed onto. The blow stunned the creature and he grabbed his tail, before swinging it around and hurling it to a tree of his teammates. Hey ladies! Drake shouted to a pair of blue dragonesses. The girls turned their wild, excited eyes towards him and he jerked his head towards the signal. Come on! We're being hailed! Yay! More fighting! The light blue dragon shouted excitedly. Wait for me! The other hollered. The three dragons dove towards the wolves coming up the stairs. They each let out a trembling roar and halted the wolves' attack for a brief moment. The Kenyans all looked around curiously before looking to the sky. Dragon and two girls had the sun to their back, and by the time the wolves spotted them, it was too late. The dragons fired a pulse of their energy, stunning the wolves. The beasts froze in shock as the dragon shot by. A second later, the stairs exploded, sending the first wave tumbling to their deaths. The three dragons pitched up towards the outer platform outside the main temple, and fluttered to a landing. Hello to the rescue! The light blue dragon's laughed as she sat down nibbling on the stone. That should buy us a little time, Drake huffed as he looked out the muted wolves leaping over the gap in the staircase. Thanks for the help, his friend sighed as he caught his breath. We should be able to hold them off for ourselves now. You really think so? The other blue dragon's eyes raising around him. Don't tell me you're scared, Ashen, Mace teased. Ashen glared at him. She had always considered the older dragons her personal rival. I'm not scared of anything, she protested. Except by how many battles I'll keep before you even realize what's going on. I won't have to worry because I can outclass you any day of the week, Max snickered, knowing Dave was getting under his skills. Well, I'll leave all of you mama's boys and dust when I get started, Luke jumped in. I want to be left out of the competition. Enough, you three, Jack snapped. Save it for the enemy, because here they come. The black dragon turned as the approaching mutant wolves louded an eerie howl before launching towards the dragons. This place gives me the creeps now, sparked whisper in Spyro's ear. Stay sharp, Cinder hissed. We're not on our own turf in this place. It just reeks of darkness. Tell me about it, Summer, as a chill ran down her spine, rattling her scales. As the guardians crept down the darkened hallway, Tremor's senses picked up movement overhead. He turned his eyes toward the scene as he dusted on the green eyes staring down at them. Shadows! He shouted. Everyone looked up as the apes dropped from the ceiling with wild shrieks of delight. Tremor fired an earth bullet, catching most of them in the blood before the injury hit the ceiling. The roof exploded and the rubble fell towards the young dragons. Tremor realized what he did and shot his legs out to either side. Stone slabs burst from the wall, covering their heads as the last ape slumped to the ledge before being crushed below the debris. Move now! Swell ordered Ed, rushed past Tremor, who had his paws pressed against the bond of slabs trying to hold him up. Cinder, Sparks, and Sally dove out from under the temporary cover, and Tremor roared at them as the singing waves came behind them. That was close, Tremor gasped. Well, I guess they won't be going out the same way we came in, Sparks said flatly. I don't think you'll be going out at all unless it's in tiny pieces, an angry voice hissed. The guy turned around and the chamber suddenly became illuminated with blue fire. The young dragons all gathered